Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of Digital Painting Art Show. My name is Jesus Conde, and today we're going to be doing some sketching and we're going to be creating a character design. We're going to develop the idea and we're going to be talking about getting inspired and what size of and format we can use to develop our characters. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of Digital Painting Art Show. My name is Jesus Conde, and today we're going to be doing a character. So the first thing that we need to know about the character, I'm going to treat this. First of all, I'm going to treat this. I will treat any work that gets to me. Like, okay, somebody tells me I need some designs for this character. So obviously, I'm going to take it a little bit more relaxed. Because if it was work, it will be like super quick and kind of like even stressing to get it done fastest as possible, the best quality as possible. So this is just for explaining to you kind of what the process is, not so much to do the real thing, because explaining and talking takes a lot of the time that I normally will take doing this. So the first thing that we need to know is the story of the character. So I made these really silly, quick words about the character just to have something to start off. Even if it's something for you, you should have something to grab on for a starting point. Because if you don't, what you're going to do is just draw whatever, and that's not the case when you work in the industry. So even if you're doing it for yourself for practice, you should have a short story for your character. So the first thing, she's going to be an elf of the wood, so that means probably the suit will be green, considering that it's going to be on the woods. So colors will be kind of like brown, green or something, because you will probably want to camouflage and stuff like that. So, and this is fantasy, medieval fantasy, so it's not like a military camouflage. So the best thing will be having green colors on the suit. So the armor has to be light, of course. You cannot wear something like this on a tree, right? Like something like sorry about that, something like this heavy on a tree. So it will be probably not too useful, but I got this because I wanted to know. We'll get to that. Okay, so then the weapons. What the weapons is going to have? He's going to be kind of like a bow, kind of warrior, because he's going to fire with the bow. So he's going to be firing arrows. Is going to be completely different suit. So no, she's going to use swords, small swords, knives, whatever it cuts. So we got that. Okay, so then what we have to do is look for references. So I really like this picture of this girl. So she's going to be like the character. Her name is Andrea Suarez. You can find the link in the description if you want to check out her page. So you need to get inspired. I really like the face she has in here, like the expression and everything, even the colors. I'm thinking of using those colors somehow, but it's kind of like a purple thing, so I'm not sure. But I really like it, and we're going to use the photo of her face in the concept, because this is concept art. I really don't care. Like, oh, you are photo bashing or something. I don't fucking care about that. So I'm just going to do this because if you are working for a company, a studio, probably they will give you like, okay, we're going to be working with this actress and we need you to design this suit for her. Okay, so it will be better if you use a picture of the actress herself. It's not like okay, I have to draw the face exactly like the same actress because I have to design a suit for her. That doesn't work. They will not care if you use a picture. So then you have to get inspired. That probably means you have to look for pictures. So I look for these pictures. The last thing I remember I saw that was realistic and I really liked it was The Lord of the Rings. So I took these ones, which are the character I like the most. Legolas, obviously, because he's an elf, and Aragorn because of the suit and where the sword is placed and everything. What else? Could be okay. You can listen to music. I was listening to the Skyrim soundtrack, the Lord of the Rings soundtrack, stuff like that. You can watch videos if you want, whatever, it works. And obviously, you get kind of gotta have some reference for the anatomy. That's really important. Okay, for the reference also I have these kind of like leather suits that I found were more light than using metal suits. So I think at the end will be a combination of these two. This one is all leather and I already have the colors that I will probably need for this suit to work, but it doesn't really have to be like that. We'll see. Okay, so I got that, and now what we're going to do is set up the file. I have that question like all the time. So for now, what is important is the idea. So we're not really going to concern too much about the quality of the drawing. We're just going to focus on getting at least 3 ideas. That's what I always do. At least 3 or 4 ideas. If it's something really difficult to do, like okay, I need something that is really complex, and it's gotta be really quick. Okay, I just do 2 of them, but the normal case will be that I will do 3 versions of everything. And if it's something really specific, like okay, I got this, I just needed to have better colors, like repaint something. Okay, that happens a lot. Repainting stuff that another person did, stuff like that happens a lot on concept art. So don't get don't have like too high hopes when you're going to work on concept, like a concept artist, and all the stuff is going to be cool and new. No, you're going to do a lot of helping and you're going to do a lot of repainting. Okay, so I will probably use a normal paper letter size. This is a kind of like a good resolution to work with. So I'm going to start with that. If I'm going to do 3 of them, I will obviously place them this way, just 3 characters in there. So you have to be horizontal oriented. I never use white on the background because it hurts my eyes. So I just create a new layer, Ctrl+Shift+N. And you can just paint everything with black, and then I don't know, 50%, 40% gray, I don't know, something like that. I think it works. 50%. Block that layer, and then save. Let's save this as elf underscore of the woods. Damn it. Concept 1, something like that. That will be a proper name. Don't use elf 001 I don't know, A. Sometimes I do A, B, C. Okay, that could work, but you wanna kind of have something that you can find really quick later. When you do it like the final version, don't use like final underscore final. And if you're doing something after that one, okay, this is final underscore final. No, that is a no on this kind of world. They will probably give you some info on how to call your files when you're doing your own thing. Probably you will have the title of your work here or here, and the logo here, and that's it. You don't need anything else unless you put like, okay, this is version A, B, and C or something like that. So we will do that later. We don't need to do that right now. Okay, so we're going to start developing our ideas. Okay, so we got this. So now we're here, and these ones will probably be on the next chapters, because it's going to be like super heavy if I do this, like, I don't know, 4 hours or something like that. Anyway, we're just going to develop the idea right now. Okay, so the first thing that I want to do is bring this photo here, Andrea. Okay, so let's bring her here, and let's start to sketch stuff. So this is not like anything final or something, so we're just going to sketch stuff. We really don't care right now what the ideas are, like, we're just going to sketch things, that's it. So we could move this around. Let's put this here. If you have, I have 2 monitors, but I cannot use them right now because then you won't see what I'm doing. What I can do is just hide everything like this. We'll see about that later. I want to confuse you. If you don't know how to use these keys, you have to do last chapters. I think it's chapter 2 or 3 of the art class. I did something, explained some of the stuff about the keys that I use. Okay, so don't judge me on the on the anatomy stuff. I'm just going to do something really quick, like to know where the head is. Okay, something like this works for me on the head. Alright. Kind of, yeah. Alright, so we're going to develop some pose, because we need to start this somehow. We could do an action line, kind of like this, and it's probably just going to be a lot of sketching. Let's create a new layer. This part is going to be really awkward, like really, because my knowledge of anatomy is not that great. So for sketching, what I do, maybe something like this. Let's bring these girls here. Right now I don't care anything about the suits. Like, I don't care how it's going to be right now. I just need a pose so I can start with. And I'm not sure this pose is going to be it. Like, it's too, I think it's too sexy for her to be a warrior. Okay, these legs should be looking more like to the front, and maybe this one to more to the front, kind of. The problem is that the original model that I have here, her Candice, is kind of like looking that way, and I want mine to look kind of like to the front, not too much to the side. Okay, so she'll probably have like maybe one arm with the sword here. I'm not sure. Maybe this hand like this. That kind of sucks. So I think it's too big right now. So I'm just going to copy this and keep it there. Yep, I did that. So I can sketch easier. Remember, right now I don't care like anything. I just need something to start with, like a pose that looks really interesting, and at the same time it has to be like super normal. We don't want anything crazy right now, because you have to be able to see all the details in the suit and everything. Okay, something like this I think is more accurate, like what's the word? What word? Like accurate? No. It's necessary that it looks kind of like normal, not too much, not too crazy pose. This is like, I don't know, taking a selfie or something. We need something more, and just standing like this will be like super boring. Okay, I think I like this one in the middle. I know I didn't do too many exploration. Let's try one more. Let's see what happens. Let's do something more looking like to the side. Something like this. Not sure about this other arm. Okay, I like this one better. So this is something that we have to do. We just cannot kind of like just give up on poses. You have to like keep working until something happens. You're going to feel it, like, okay, I like this. So this is what we're going to stay with. Alright, so this is our sketch. Obviously, it's really loose and doesn't look accurate at all. We need to kind of find a way to do this properly. So the chest will be kind of like in here. I do these lines to kind of know where everything is. Maybe putting this in. This kind of work like an outline first. Okay, so how do they call this? Elbow? No. It's not a freaking elbow. Shoulder. Okay, my English failed for a moment. Okay, so then the biceps go here. We kind of make the arm like this. The hand folds a little. I'm not sure the direction I want to take with this hand. I'm just going to keep it there, looking down a bit. All right. Okay, so these girls right here is to remind you some stuff that I'm gonna have to change later, because I'm just working to strike the pose, and later I can concentrate more on getting those that anatomy to work really well, but just not right now. Like, I don't care at this point. Alright. And if I turn it to the other side, it looks really bad. So this is where I have to kind of start looking for the errors. Okay, so I got this. Let's see if I can make it better a little, just like that. I think a little bit lower, a little bit more to the left or the right if you were looking to from the other side. The neck a little bit longer. Okay, so this arm should be a little bit bigger. Something like this. Also this one. It's like super short. What a shame. Something kind of like this, I guess. I'm not sure. I think the torso is also a little bit short. Let's see. Let's change that a little. So the point is, don't get frustrated if it doesn't come out like perfect at the beginning. You just have to move things around and kind of getting your way through it, because you will be learning, and later it's going to be a little bit easier to spot these mistakes. But you have to be aware that they are there, and not just like constantly how they say it, like if you have to be aware that you have those mistakes and fix them. You cannot just leave them there. Alright, this is looking a little bit better for me. Now I'm not too ashamed now. Okay. You know what's the worst part? That anything of this is going to show later, but you have to do it anyway because you want it to be accurate as possible for the next step. You cannot just draw an armor without knowing what everything is. It's like, that's fucking crazy. Just don't do it. Do yourself a favor and just draw the damn thing. Okay, so this should be bigger, I think. And I'm thinking that the head is not going to match, but we'll see about that. We will see about that later. Right now we don't care. Let's pull this leg a little. Something like this. Also gives a little bit of perspective there. And now I think I can do a cleaner version. I'm guessing that the arm should be even longer. Something like this. This one a little bit more. Maybe what's grown here is the size of this muscle. Should be longer. Okay, and the boobs, but they shouldn't be big because she doesn't look like a big breast kind of girl. Like, it's more like pure muscle and athletic. You don't have to do like huge boobs to be sensual or sexy, so just doing something normal, it's fine. This could be a little bit more to this side. Alright, now we're getting somewhere. Okay. Something like that. Okay, looking better. I'm happy now. I'm not so embarrassed. If you also can get like a figure, the 3D total figures are really nice. Is this one actually? This one I have right here is a total 3D total. I have one of a male, like a man. I haven't get the female one. It was out of stock. I think it's because everybody wants to draw girls. Is my guess. Okay, that's my way of saying that this is looking this way, like that. Alright, now the freaking hands. That's like impossible all the time, man. Let's copy this and just have it here on one side, because here what I'm thinking is I want to have the kind of like a knife here or something. No, that just doesn't work. Maybe the sword, but it will be like super heavy. We don't want it to be like too huge. Maybe it's light. The metal is really light. Could have a long sword thing right there. Sticks out here or something. And in this side we will have like some knives or something. It looks really weird. Looking down, I'm not sure what can we do with this arm now. Like, nope. I copied this? Yes, I copied it. So we can erase everything here and here. Let's create a new layer and let's try things out. The normal hand in the belt thing, no. Maybe she can have like some kind of staff thing. Maybe that doesn't look like a bad idea. Maybe it's a long weapon. So, but see, we got it somewhere because I erased it. Now I got a new idea that I want to try out. And here, what we can have is something like another little sword or something like that. Let's copy that and do another version. Maybe here I could have yeah, something like this. Yeah, that looks better. That looks right for me. I know it's more like another standing pose and that's it, but for me it works. At the end it's a concept, so it's not like a huge painting. I think something like this could work. We could try something different just to have another option, so we can block this. We could copy this head because that's kind of how it's oriented. The other one. And we could just... Okay, so what if we take this same pose and push it a little bit more? So we have this leg here and have this one here. Like, Let's just get more exaggeration on this pose. Something like that. Whoops. Have to stop the recording a bit. Okay, so now I'm getting a more heroic version of this pose and more like with more attitude. So this is good. Kind of like a more overconfident pose, I guess. And that is good. So first I want you to notice how quickly I'm doing it. Not because, oh look how quickly I'm doing it. It's more like I don't freaking care how it looks right now. I'm just doing the scribbles. A lot of sketch stuff. It's not like anything is defined or clean or whatever you want to call it. Something like this will be better, way better. So I'm going to just keep exploring. Let's just merge all this. Remember that I merge layers with Control E. So yeah, I did all this cleaning for nothing because now I got a new idea of how this pose should be. But that's it, you have to do this because if you don't do it, you don't learn anything. I guess we could do something. Let me see. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here. No, forget it. I was thinking of maybe doing kind of like having the feet on some kind of a thing on the ground or something like this, having a rock or something, but that's just stupid. No, open like that. Okay, now I'm just getting crazy here, but I like it. I like that pose. So what I'm going to do is just redraw the whole damn thing again. And you want it to be in real time, so how is it going to be? It's going to be real freaking time. Okay. The rib cage here. This part is more like looking to the front than it is to the side. It's also looking to the side, but it's more like looking to the front. So have to be careful there. Let's see. Have these curves here. All right, and we need to make this arm Let's flip that. Let's make it a little bit more. Change the opacity. I change the opacity with the numbers, but you can only do that when you're using the H letter on the keyboard. So be aware of that. Yes, I'm recording. I'm not just talking to myself. That happened a lot at the beginning. I used to do tutorials, entire tutorials, to then find out I wasn't recording any shit at the end. And that really happened. Alright, so let me check my anatomy model here. How I said, the sad thing is nobody's going to see this. I'm going to have all this clothing on the top. Come on. Kidding me? But if you don't do this right, then everything is going to look bad. That's it. You're not going to have a fucking chance if you don't get this done properly. And you'll probably want to talk with some friends, some artist friends, and ask for feedback and stuff like that. I probably will do that after I got the ideas, like, because what's going to happen is after you get the ideas done, the art director is going to tell you, okay, this is crap, this is nothing that I wanted, so you have to do them all again, or yeah, I like this one, so let's continue with that. That's the best case scenario. The normal thing is that you'll be having a lot of changes and stuff. That's the normal thing. Okay, so this is it. This is our pose. So now we can start developing the idea for real. And I was actually doing too much detail on this thing. Now that I fell in my own trap. So we have this face. I'm going to put that body with the face. It's kind of like this. I think a little bit bigger. Let me take a look at it from farther. She will probably be more skinny, but that's not a problem. But yeah, so let's get started with this. So I'm just going to erase some things that I really don't need in here, like all this hair and everything. Kind of like in there. Okay, so we shouldn't really care about too much right now. So what I'm going to do is, I feel like it should be even smaller. Let's try. Let's make it a little bit smaller. Yeah, makes more sense for me. So let's try something out. So this is our base. Just going to do it this 3 times. And now you'll probably notice that we need more space. So I'm just going to put this a little bit more to the side, a little bit more to the side, and there we go. I just collapse all that with Control E. Let's move this. Okay, so if I want to expand this to that part, what I'm going to do is go to, I forget that I'm in a tutorial, image, canvas size, and I'm going to click here because I want these arrows to be like the guide for where it's going to expand. So if I only put more numbers on the width, let's say 4,500, this is what's going to happen, and that's good. I'm going to put this background. I'm going to move it a little. I'm a little bit stressed, if you can notice in my breathing, because I'm already looking at some defects that this girl has. Let's fix that before going further. I cleaned the last one, but I didn't clean it this one, so that's great, man. Okay. Let's see. Really long legs. Yeah, because I think this is going to take forever, so this should probably be, I don't know what happens with this muscle all the time. I get it like super little. This is probably more like this. This is not hair, by the way. It's not hair. Under the shoulders. This is probably more like in here. And she will have like one finger here, something like that. It looks really badass, like that face. Alright, yeah, I think this is way better. So all this stuff that I'm not using down here, I'm just going to collapse all that shit and get rid of it. Boom, bye. And I just get this one. Okay, so let's do one thing. Let's do something with this first one, because there's some stuff that I'm going to keep later, like the ears, for example. The ears should be a little bit bigger because she's an elf. Remember, this is just about the idea. We don't want to be like super detailed here, but since we have this, I think it will be nice to already do something with that. The hair, let's do a base thing, kind of like something like that. I guess it's okay. I'm trying to get a little bit hurry here. Let's make a little bit of that color of the neck. We could go even in the layer and below that one. Now I'm on the layer on the top. We don't care right now if we messed up too much with the photo, because for the final we can just look for the photo again, and that'll be enough. We could have everything really. We could have a makeup that is really interesting. We could have like a more tribe looking elf instead of something really classy elf. Could be a really nice tribe looking elf. Alright, so now I can copy that. More space. I'm watching in the little image right there. This one, that image. Yeah, kind of like in here. Okay, that's better. Now let me put some music and just start drawing stuff. Okay, something that you may want to do that I forgot is to maybe try to make the image of the same kind of tone. So maybe I'm going to copy this color, the color of this side, and I'm going to pass it on top of the of this one. So I reduce the quantity, I mean like the difference, the contrast between the two sides, because it's too much, like that's too much light coming from that side. Maybe I can do it now with the middle. Okay, so this is looking better, more plain. This one had too much contrast between them. Okay, so I'm listening to Skyrim soundtrack right now. But I'm thinking in putting the Lord of the Rings one. The good thing that is in YouTube, there's everything. So Lord of the Rings soundtrack, you just click that one, that's it. And now we go to our references. So what do we got? We're going to block this layer. It's going to paint on top. And let's say I want to grab this color right here. And maybe, well, grabbing the color is actually silly because we're not really designing with color right now. We could do this black and white actually. So let's just use black or something like that. That will be enough for now. It will help a lot if you have like black and white here. By the way, I changed the white using the X here, with the X on the keyboard, so that's helpful. You have two colors. You just change the color you're using with the background color that you have selected. So also something in the middle will work, just to have some variations to work with. Okay, so maybe using 60% opacity. 60%. This is too long here. We'll fix that later. Okay, so I'm just trying to find some spark of inspiration here. Like right now I don't have anything at all. listening to the music. There's something happening there with the music. I'm starting to feel something. And I'm just trying things. Go have this part like showing the belly maybe. I like the Legolas skirt. Maybe we can show a little bit more of legs. It really helps to me when I use this kind of lines. Like you can see the shape way better. Okay. I think I'm going to use the big thing right here. Okay, what's the problem right now? She looked too much like a normal warrior thing. I think she should have kind of like a suit under all that. Maybe like Aragon. A little bit open there. Could have some belt for the whatever she's carrying on the back. Having trouble with this gray. Right now we're just sketching things. Could have another bell here. This could be where the sword is going to be. Could be something like that. You could even have like gloves. We need maybe some clothes. Looks unprotected here in the upper part. She should definitely wear some pants. Maybe like really tight pants. These should close here. I'm kind of liking that the brown is showing, so maybe I do that with the next one, but let's do it with another color, maybe green. Okay, let's turn it to the other side. Okay, I'm really liking the idea that she has it should be arced. Oh, that came with by accident. I actually like it. She should have a cloak. Like, let's do that 50% opacity so we kind of see it through. So kind of like this, yeah. Here also. We will have kind of like some details here on the shoes later, on the boots, shoes. Also something, no, not in this one. This one, some belt. The hair, we could get creative. Something like this, maybe. I don't know, not sure. I think I like this one better. Like more short look to it. This weapon should be something really fucking badass. Maybe something you can grab in the middle, but you have like a huge knife on the edges. And right now we are just sketching. We're going to do line art after this, so it's going to be really fun when I finally get to it. Okay, so I got this one. I like it, and I'm just going to leave it like that. Let's do something more heavy. Yeah, I like this shape here. We should, let's collapse all that. Just going to copy this. I'm going to put a little bit of color. Just so I can differentiate stuff. I never did it that way, but I kind of like it to have a little bit of color there showing. Okay, so we want these shapes to be here. The shapes of the breast with the armor, kind of. And I think we need this thing to be like that. I think it's necessary. This doesn't look too light, I know, but it looks really cool. Kind of like that. something like that. Okay. Could have this kind of a shape for the elbows. This arm is like super bad. Could have maybe this shape going on. I've seen this shape so much in video games. I'm not sure I want to use it. Maybe she can have like some kind of a crown. Something like a hard cloth thing. It looks like it doesn't work well. In terms of work, like, it wouldn't be proper, is what I'm trying to say. Like, wouldn't be able to move much. It should be kind of like this, I guess. Looking down. And now we're getting to the fun stuff. Let's keep the legs light, like a tight pant. We just let's make this skirt smaller. And let's put some fun stuff. Let's make somehow this kind of a belt thing. Have to see how we we have to find how that works, because this will be leather for all I know. Like, it could be really light. I mean, they're elves, so they know how to build light stuff. Maybe she has like some kind of weapon in the back, maybe. A huge freaking knife. Looks dangerous, that thing. No, it won't be possible. Something like this. Okay, and this is really symmetrical. We should try to do something not that symmetrical for the last one, maybe. Okay, 30-minute mark. I already passed the normal size of the tutorial, so it's going to rush a little. Maybe the hair of this one could be really huge. You know what the fun part is going to be, but you guys probably gonna have to vote which one is the one you like the most. I'm going to put the votation on my Facebook page, so you guys decide. That's gonna be fun. Alright, let's put 60% here to make the cloud. Oh, by the way, I did this because I wanted to have like some kind of a thing here, but I'm not sure now. I think I erase all this. That's too open. We need something that covers her here. And here. Let's see. I don't know why, but I want to make this bulkier. Something like that, yeah. Okay, and this one. I'm not sure now about this hair, man. Let's keep this one short. Not sure. No, not sure her. Maybe like get it here somehow. We'll have these shapes. And maybe some kind of thing like this chest, but she should be light, so we're going to keep the Aragon kind of neck. Let's put gloves in this one. Oh, I didn't draw the weapon in this one. Let me make something really nice. Really deathful. and curved. Maybe let's try put some weapons here in the legs. Oh, right now the part that is in my headphones is when Gandalf dies, which is really super sad. Okay, kind of like having the huge knee pads. So I'm going to keep that there. This one is going to have pants. Well, they all have pants. But the one seems like she didn't. Let's put some. I don't know. Do I do her without them? Yeah, let's do it without pants, this one. This one could be more like a tribe thing, but I'm not sure. I mean, all this is kind of like super raw. You don't have anything at all yet. Okay, so this could be a sketch that I could start working with. Now after this is when the real proposal starts to take shape, because you cannot show this to an art director really. He's going to be like, what did you do with my time? So now what we have to do is do the I do a line art of this, depending of who I'm working with, but it could be like painting on top of this, like or using pictures to get some details and stuff really quick. But you need to pass this to a new phase, which is kind of like cleaning them a little. This is not showable yet. This is just your ideas of what this thing could look like. We could suggest that we're gonna have maybe some details here, kind of like this. I'm just using white there. Kind of like that instantly makes it look a little bit more elvish. This one I'm not sure yet completely, but we will get there. I really like this kind of like a classy feeling to it. Like, this is my favorite, the middle one. And this one could have like something like that, maybe. I know this looks like super messy. But these are just ideas. This is like part of your process, not even nothing yet. So could have like could have this doesn't work here. Shit. But this side, yes. Let's see. I really like this belt wrap thing. Let's put some feathers. I always liked feathers. So she will have feathers here. Why not? Even in the hair. She will have feathers in the hair too. Something like that. And well, this obviously should have some kind of a design. Maybe something like this. Who knows? Okay, so this will be made 3 sketches. I'm not sure about this yet. I think I liked when it was a little bit higher. Like here, you guys, I kind of like get a little bit of the mouth covered. Looks more badass that way. She could break her teeth in there. Seriously, man. Okay. So I think this is it for this episode. I'm going to put this on my Facebook page so you guys can vote which version you liked the most, and I think we will start from there for our new chapter. Let's make a little bit of, I don't know, some kind of a backlight here. I don't like it too much. Let's put it just a little bit. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I think I like how it's looking already. Okay, so this is it. These are my 3 proposals. Hope you like this episode and see you the next class. What I want you guys to do is to do the same thing with a photo and a pose that you want to do. Do 3 designs like these ones, and we will see what we got in the next class. Okay?